This morning, instead of coffee, I made myself some Bigelow English breakfast tea because yesterday when I got sick, you know, maybe that happens to you, when especially when it's like nausea and that's like one of the most uncomfortable feelings. And I kept thinking, what did I eat? What did I do to make myself feel this way? And for a little bit of it, I thought maybe I had too much coffee. I normally drink one, maybe 2 cups of coffee in the morning. But yesterday I was being brave. I had 3 cups because I thought I really need to be energized for the workday. So maybe I thought I got like a little bit too much caffeine that just made me feel awful. So this morning I can't even think about coffee. I made myself a cup of English breakfast tea. So that's what I'm going to have right now. I woke up at 10 a.m. this morning feeling much better. I've had a granola bar. I feel like my stomach is okay. I don't want to go too quickly, too fast. So I'm pacing myself. Now I'll have a cup of tea, continue watching some TV, read a little bit more of my book, and I'll continue to see how I feel. But so far I am feeling better. So that's good news, a little win. Don't mind if I do. Lovely. I'm now all showered, and I will say that those bath products are the best bath products that I have smelled in any hotel, like the hand soap, the lotion, the body wash, the shampoo, everything. And let me show you what the brand is. So this is the brand Beekman 1802. The scent is Fresh Air. So this is the hand wash and the lotion. Both of these smell so good. And then in the shower, the same thing. Body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. All of these smelled so lovely. I think out of all the hotels I've stayed at, these are my favorite fragrance and products. The good news is I am feeling so much better than yesterday. I can't believe how sick and nauseous I was. That's never happened to me before. Like, I'm used to turbulence. It was just that combination of feeling ill and turbulence and a warm cabin that just sent me over the edge nearly. I would say would have gone over the edge had I not been in a public place. But somehow I managed to fight it. Now I packed my food. So I packed a couple of these containers with the beef pot roast and a little bit of carrots and potato. Just slid over. It's still halfway frozen, but I'm gonna use the microwave. There's no microwave in the room, unfortunately, as with most hotels. Most of the hotels don't have microwaves, but they do have microwaves for us to use, like in public area. So I'm gonna go down to the little sundries area by the check-in counter and warm up my food, and then I'm gonna move my way over to the living room here and watch some TV there and continue reading. And I'm practicing this whole 369. See, here's the living room. 369 journal method. So I'm kind of doing that and watching TV. By practicing the journaling, I feel a little bit productive, and it's about affirmations, and I'm learning a lot about like Nikola Tesla and some of his discoveries and like different scientific discoveries and how they connect with this method of journaling. So I feel like I'm learning something, or I have a little bit more knowledge in my mind of how things work. So I don't feel so bad about staying in the hotel all day. It's a little bit cold outside, and I just wanted to take this day to just recuperate and recharge, because tomorrow I fly 3 legs. Our pickup is at 4:40 a.m. and I'm flying from Louisville to Miami, Miami to Cancun, and then from Cancun back to Miami, and then I'm finished, and then I'll fly home, and I have 1 day off before starting another 3-day trip. Seems like I've been working so much, but my hours don't reflect that. These trips have not been worth a whole ton of credit, but they've been good, so I'm not going to complain. And I did not show you my view yet. So this view is of the Ohio River, and it looks like there's I don't know, it looks a little slushy to me. I could be wrong though. But that's a view of the Ohio River, and this is the KFC Stadium. I'm not sure if this is for college or professional sport or both. I should do research, but if you know, let me know. I learned something from a lot of your comments every time I make a video, so thank you very much. But this is my view. It's a bright sunny day, but it's cold out. You can see snow. Do you see snow on the top of that parking structure in the corner? So it's cold for sure. Okay, I have my food all warmed up. It is so hot. I had to put this package of utensils and napkin underneath to put a little heat barrier between my hand and the hot microwavable dish. Perhaps it doesn't look the greatest after being frozen and reheated, but I will say it smells pretty darn amazing, and it's a nice hot meal. And when you're traveling, there's nothing better than like a nice hot meal, especially if you brought it from home. And I did bring this from home. My mom made it. Can't wait to dig in. Okay, it is nearly 7 o'clock. I'm just straightening up this little living room area, kind of getting my things in order because I'm going to start winding down for bed. I have to be ready by 4:40 a.m. So I'm going to set my alarm for 2:40. That's why I'm going to get to bed very soon. It is 4 a.m. and I've now finished curling my hair. Aside from getting dressed, I'm pretty much ready. Just need to put a few things in my suitcase and be done, and I will be able to do that by 4:40. That's what time we have to be downstairs. I fly 3 legs today, as I think I mentioned before, and today's day 3 of my 3-day trip. I get to go home after this. I booked a flight home for 4:30. I get back to Miami about 3, and I still need to go through customs and immigration because I'm flying to Cancun. And then I'll fly home. I get to sleep at home tonight, and then tomorrow I have the day off, and then I will start another 3-day trip after that. So yeah, that's how my day is unfolding. Sick, and there wasn't much that I did other than just nap and take care of myself. So that's it. That is the latest. Just letting you know. I'm on the plane. I've done my safety checks, but the captain has informed us that we may have a maintenance issue. If we do, I hope it works out in our favor and the Cancun turn gets reversed. Not reversed, that we don't have to do the Cancun turn. That would be wonderful. 2 of us have to commute home today. 1 to New York and me to Orlando. So what has to be repaired on the plane, the captain just gave us an update, is probably going to take a little bit of time, so we're not going to board passengers yet. 3 of the crew went off to go get some coffee. I have oatmeal here, blueberries and cream, so I'm going to make some oatmeal. So this is just instant oatmeal, and all I do is add a little bit of hot water to it. Smells really good and very blueberry. And
And here it is, my breakfast of blueberry oatmeal and a tea with a little bit of cream.
So I am back home and done with that 3-day trip that had me laying over in Louisville for an extended amount of time, like 30 hours. It was a nice long layover, and now it's time for my debrief. So from Miami to Louisville that night, because of those thunderstorms, we had a little bit of delay on the ground, and that was because air traffic control was spacing out the aircraft that were taking off. They were spacing them out and giving ample time and room between aircraft because of that storm. And that storm just really, that turbulence, I got turbulence on my commuter flight, and then I got turbulence on the flight I was working. I was so ill, like it just made me very nauseous. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling right that day. But you know what, I was happy to finally get to my hotel and shake that off. I would say as far as the debrief goes for that leg, that's all I really have to report. I was feeling so sick, I really wasn't taking notes and thinking about all the little stuff that I wanted to talk to you about, but we remained seated for most of the time. So that's all I really had to say about that part. And then the biggest thing that happened, oh geez, this trip was from Louisville to Miami that morning, the morning of the third day. Everything was going fine. We were doing service when all of a sudden the number 2 on her cart got my attention, and she said the passenger seated at such and such is not responding. So I jumped into action and made sure I heard her correctly. This passenger was just not being responsive, and I guess she noticed because the passenger had their leg in the aisle, and when she kindly asked her to move it, there was just no response. So we acted appropriately. She was able to get her cart put away. We paged for help, any doctors, nurses, EMTs. We did get lots of volunteers. We had a doctor helping us. We got the medical kit, and we got the appropriate equipment that we needed. And then she acted, since she was like the first responder to it, she was like right on top of things. She got the doctor on call, which is a doctor for the company that are on call when we have these type of in-flight emergencies. We have a way of contacting a doctor on the ground and kind of, assessing the situation, and they're guiding us on what to do, what to check for, recommending what to do next. So with the help of the doctors on call and the doctor that was on the aircraft and the flight attendant, they did get this woman to regain consciousness, and we took care of her. She still needed some medical attention, so we requested medical attention to meet the aircraft when we landed in Miami. And so when we landed in Miami, the lead flight attendant asked for all passengers to remain seated, so that way paramedics could come on and assist this passenger that was in need. So when we landed, that's what happened, and all passengers were very cooperative. They just stayed seated. Paramedics came on, and they were able to assist this woman, remove her from the aircraft, and then take it from there. Now, what happens after, I don't know. But as we left, we saw she was still conscious and still being assessed by the paramedics, so that's good. It's just one of those things that is part of our job. Anything like this could happen, and usually your chances of something like this happening are on the longer flights, like the transcon flights. But even on short flights like this, people can fall ill, something could happen, and they may need your help. And like that woman wasn't able to ask for help,
That's why it's important that we do our cabin walkthroughs every 15 minutes and that we're paying attention to the passengers in the cabin. And it was because that flight attendant noticed that she was, in need of help. And it wasn't because that passenger asked for help that she was able to tend to her right away and help her out. So that was chaotic. That was a little bit unexpected. Those things are always unexpected, it could happen, but you never really plan for them. She handled it wonderfully. We all acted together, and the captain was very proud of us. He was so proud. So after that, we flew 3 legs. It was Louisville to Miami, and Louisville to Miami is when the incident happened. And then after that, we still had to fly to Cancun and back. Captain was really proud of us, made us feel good. He went and bought us all donuts. So he showed up with this dozen of donuts to thank us. And we had management meet the aircraft also. Management knew right away. And as soon as we got off the aircraft, they were very thankful, thanked us for our work, and treated us all to, whatever we wanted. So they bought us, it was early in the morning, so management bought us coffee, one of the managers there. So that was good, It's scary in the moment, my position in this was I was relaying information. I took the equipment that she needed, and I got the equipment over to the flight attendant that was the first responder, and the lead flight attendant paged for a doctor or help. We got that doctor and help. Then what I did was I kept eyes on the rest of the cabin, and I was the go-to person relaying to the number 1 what was going on, and she was relaying that information to the captain in real time. Because if we needed to divert, then that's probably what the captain was doing, seeing where we could divert to, where the closest place for us to get this woman help is what was on their mind. So when this happened, I think we were about 40 minutes out from Miami, and so we got our help in Miami. That's what happened. That made for a long day. That's why when I got home that day after commuting, I was so exhausted. I could not record the debrief as I'm recording the debrief now. And I finished packing because tomorrow I just had this day off, day off. Tomorrow I'm right back on it on another 3-day trip. And you know what? My March looks just as busy. I'm going to places like Colombia. I'm going to Canada. Going to San Diego. So I'm going to be a few places. So it's going to be a busy month for me. Today I'm feeling tired, but I know that it will be all good. So I hope that you enjoyed this adventure. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And for future videos, if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye guys.